Good ID Design, Hong Lu, by me. Gord, are you down here, girl? Oh my fucking god, she's. Come here, come here. How the fuck did you sneak down here? Oh my god. Ah, we've returned to Good ID Design. How exciting! This is a mini-series where I cover IDs I don't often talk about and my appreciation for them, going over their particular strengths or weaknesses and what makes them well designed. In my opinion, not yours. While the aim is to talk about only one ID per video to make these short and sweet, I might mention another here and there to show my appreciation. I'll discuss team compositions they work in, and all claims made are assuming that they are in the best composition for them. Today's ID we'll be diving into is K-Corp Hong Lu, one of the most strange yet kind of effective tanks in the entire game. He's gimmicky and requires a lot of support and has a very specific team archetype he belongs to, Rupture. However, he's not a bad choice for a slot in. I use this ID mainly throughout my entire playthrough of Limbus before Kanto 7, and I'm just weirdly fond of the boy. Before we talk about the ID, can we talk about how fucking funny this line is in his Uptai story? So, basically, you got here by nepotism, right? Like, holy hell, that's so goddamn funny. Dog, he's in a vat of goop and miasma. I too hate nepo babies and their desires to be contained by the sludge just to suffer pseudo-immortality. So, what's his downside? Well, he has high sustain, it's limited. At 4 or more K-Corp ampules, basically his revives, he'll just explode. This also makes it so you have to limit the usage of his defensive skill to properly utilize him, making his defensive skill a detriment when he's focused on being a tank. That's crazy on paper. Outside of his main gimmick, K-Corp ampules, he also has very weird / inconsistent healing on his skill 2 that depends on Rupture but doesn't sustain count. His clashes aren't the best at full conditionals. Skill 1 does 14, Skill 2 does 16, and Skill 3 does 20. He's decent at applying Rupture potency and maintaining aggro, at least. This ID's K-Corp ampule gimmick is really cool though. Particularly for his skill 3, the amount of K-Corp ampules he has actually enhances his damage output / Rupture maintenance. 2 K-Corp ampules can make his Rupture count affliction on his skill 3 neutral, while 3 K-Corp ampules will give it positive Rupture count. As well, he has a one-time unrelenting, kind of, that will heal him by 90% HP and give him a K-Corp ampule. Alongside Fragile, but we take our wins when we can. A revive is a revive. 15% HP healing? Awesome! At less than 4 count, heal by X times 5% of max HP. Basically, at its full potential, this means K-Lu will consistently maintain his skill 3 conditional 80% or more HP, giving him +2 coin power, turning his 16 rolling skill 3 to a 20 rolling. Not the most, but for a tank that released at his time, pretty damn good. Everyone can use his gimmick! K-Corp Hong Lu can give an ally with the lowest HP 2 ampules when he's on support. Having a support passive that's both an upside and a downside, that isn't just this unit takes 10% more damage, is really interesting. Especially considering K-Corp ampules are supposed to be Hong Lu's unique resource. This means if you have far better IDs than Hong Lu, but they're squishy, you can still utilize his gimmick to keep them in the fight for longer. This is a niche example, but this has been utilized for IDs in solo fights like the Challenge Yourself, and it's pretty valuable. Is he good design? Gimmicky, role swap going from a standard high health tank to a self-healing positive count tank, and risk management make this ID insanely interesting despite being simple in concept. He's not the best, but for what he does and how actually effective it is, he has a considerable niche and he's an excellent off tank. He's also the first ID to be based off a common enemy and not a named character or antagonist. All in all, he's earned the title of Good ID Design. The journey may be short and sweet, but it's not about the destination. Any other Hong Lu IDs you think qualify as Good ID Design? Anything I skipped regarding this ID that you want to cover personally? Have a good day, be good people.